And first up this evening, Florida now in the cone of uncertainty when it comes to Erica. This storm is still churning in the Atlantic right now. Parts of the Caribbean are under warnings, in fact. We have team coverage for you this evening from one of the hardest hit areas of Pasco County, but we will start with our storm teammate, Chief Meteorologist Steve Jervey with the latest on Erica.
45-mile-per-hour winds, Keith, so really hasn't changed in strength at this point. They're investigating the storm this afternoon with several aircraft to try to get a better idea what's going on inside it. So with that data, they can make a better forecast. In fact, the computer models have been shifting a little bit east of the state of Florida, as we'll show you. Right now, you can see where it is, and of course, the convection mostly sort of on the southern side, not completely organized looking, certainly no eye. This is a weak tropical storm at this point, but it's still forecast to move to the west-northwest. A visible satellite picture maybe gives a little bit better idea of trying to find a center, which isn't that easy, but it appears as though the bulk of the thunderstorms remain just on the southern side of it as it continues that westward track. 45-mile-per-hour winds. This is as of 5 o'clock, a couple minutes ago from the National Hurricane Center. Gusts to 60 miles per hour. Again, this is investigated with aircraft, both the jet and the P-3 Orion, and even have a drone out there flying through this system, dropping dropsons. You can see that forecast track takes it north of Puerto Rico. If it survives through Friday, by Saturday, it'd be in a much better environment to strengthen. And as I mentioned, the computer model is shifting east. Right now, this track has shifted a little bit east. So we'll talk more about it a bit later.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Steve.
The last thing people living in the areas that have recently flooded want to hear is that there is the threat of a hurricane headed towards Florida. It comes at a time when some areas are still trying to dry out. Josh Thomas joins us now live from Pasco County. Josh, I cringe for these folks and all they've already been through.
They've been through a lot and may go through some more before it's all over with, Jen. And as you can see, flooding is not a thing of the past in this neighborhood near Zephyr Hills. It is still very much a problem and would only get worse with more rain. In some parts of Pasco County, flooding remains a big problem. Sections of Buck Road and Lanier Road are still underwater. Laura McKinney lives on this road, and it's affecting her way of life.
They told me not to drive down my road in my car, and like I told them, how am I going to go to work? My children got to go to school. Life cannot stop because they can't figure out how to drain this water.
With a hurricane and all the rain it would bring possibly headed towards Florida, residents in this Pasco County neighborhood are fearful about what could happen next.
It's going to be worse, and in fact, it's going to get over on the other side of the street. All those houses back there are going to be flooded, and if it keeps up, it's not going to be able to get in here and out of here at all.
The people who have called this area home for years told me it's flooded here before, and they've contacted the county looking for solutions. They fear enough is not being done to alleviate the problem.
The priority of the county government, of the county commission, should be the number one priority, the safety of the citizens and the protection of their property.
We pay taxes. Everybody here pays taxes. It just seems like they are not fixing the problem.
Well, the county has moved the school bus stop for Laura McKinney's children because of the flooding, but she just wants to see the flooding problem corrected.
The county came out and said there's nowhere to drain it, so there's nothing they can do for me.
That's not what she and others want to hear, especially with rain in the forecast. And just as people in this neighborhood keep their eye on the sky and the forecast, they'll also be watching the water and hoping that it recedes before this area gets any more rain. Jen?
Fingers are crossed for them. Josh Thomas live in Pasco County. Thank you.